You have a buffet of videos to watch on YouTube, but what you watch is as important as what you put in your body. So it's important, right, that we be mindful where our thoughts go, where our obsessions go, where our fears go. We need to reel back our mind from almost having a mind of its own and start exercising greater discipline in our personal lives, increase the amount of focus that we apply on certain things, do something outside of the computer or the internet, at least for a few hours per day. What I want to talk about is the future of YouTube. Do I think there's any hope or point in continuing to upload on a platform that has been described as Orwellian? There are certain videos that have been flagged as not suitable for all viewers. So, people find themselves watching a video where there's no comment section, where YouTube has literally taken away the comment section. So that's something that I wanted to bring up, that there is increased recent controversy regarding YouTube actions. At the same time, I've seen some optimism from other YouTubers that aren't controversial, that are, a lot of their channels are about how to shoot better video or how to make better YouTube videos, how to, get more people to watch your YouTube videos, things of that nature. They're not exactly rocking any boat, if you will. So I'm in a precarious situation, but because my interests are greater than using the buzzwords, and all being about, making videos based on the buzzwords and getting people to click. And really, I've seen some people abuse the system that I suspect may have made millions in their heyday on YouTube. So we're in a period of transition, and in light of the what's been called Orwellian Google censorship, Google is not dead. Google AdSense, it is very difficult to make a living through the ad portion. It was already that way. It was already complicated. It was already a system to where you have to have lots and lots and lots of views, or to be producing videos all the time to get it up to a certain point. And what I've learned is that you can lose support or viewership if you don't mold into a particular niche. And it's not really an attack on anyone. It's the way human psychology works. Like if I was just doing solar flares, for example, right, and only that, then I would be attracting people into that, geomagnetic storms, other related theories. But when you mix that with other topics, as I do, not everyone's going to stick around for the videos that they enjoy. And I've come to accept that. I've been aware of this for years. It was advised to me even recently by John when he visited and we were looking at the car, to create niche YouTube channels. But I also realize there's a lot of work involved in that and telling you now go subscribe over here and over here. And we really don't know how much longer we're going to have this type of free speech and free flow of information. So I'm going to ride it out. I'm going to ride it out. I've stated that in a recent video. So I am going into this fall and winter with also this heightened awareness that we have to be mindful what we focus on. There's a lot of other things. There's a lot of very interesting blogs regarding self-help and spiritual epiphanies and insights into the nature of this reality. And there's also disinformation that seems to trail off into nowhere. And there's the wisdom to separate the two, to see the difference between the two. Open to your feedback as well, certain things that are worth sharing. What I do want to say with regards to that, being mindful about our energy and focus. I know that I've mentioned the former city that I used to live in a lot, Portland. Now I'm going to try to pull back from Portland coverage where possible. I'm no longer going to be doing the cable access show because I think that my time and energy and even the things that I should be discussing should be more focused towards the world at large, which it already is. I just need to bring it back to that focus. Bring it back. Bring it back. After all, there are no viewers from the Portland area that I'm aware of that are commenting on these. And even if there were, Portland viewers on YouTube, great. You're here on YouTube. Uh, Looking in the past, and I do this every now and again, and it's a part of my character. It's a part of closure, but I'll do something several times in a state of closure. So I've had a run of 6 years, cable access show in Portland, Oregon. Moved away, came back, restarted it. moved away. Now I'm off the grid in Colorado, rural Colorado. And then I started sending programs back in the last few months and criticizing the actions of Antifa and really trying to provoke some sort of back and forth, and really also feeling very passionately, as most of you know, that I need a war in that region. War in that region. Be prepared. Be prepared for things to happen in the next decade. And to a certain degree, I've already done that. And I'm going to see, without a doubt, lots of news that I'm going to want to comment on that's going to confirm things that I've warned about. What really troubles me is also the pain in covering certain tragedy stories. Stories involving people being hurt or beat up or robbed. And for years, kind of seeing more of this happen, and not just, in Portland, but other areas in the West Coast, other areas in the country, people are experiencing more of the violent nature of the society. It's rearing its ugly head. But I've always felt, I guess, and I still do. Um, so there could be videos, I think, every now and again, I think, addressing Portland and what happens in the future. But it's definitely not going to be a weekly thing. It's going to be something when appropriate, when necessary, to reflect on. But on a weekly basis, reaching that audience and reaching you, I'm going to be focusing now more on the YouTube side of things. Again, conspiratoriology and looking at things from a conspiracy lens, even those that are critics of the YouTube Google censorship, listen, it's not the same thing as the free speech rights out on some street with someone with a megaphone who's bullhorning some business. Okay, that person has more rights than the YouTuber who's making an income, right, with the Google corporation. I mean, what do you mean that's not suitable for advertisers? Some of these people complaining about some of these things have never actually worked or tried to work in commercial TV or radio. What if they tried, they would find themselves asked out of even a job in that field. It's amazing. It's amazing. YouTube has even allowed, thank you, YouTube. It's amazing. YouTube has even allowed some of us to make what we have made, whether it be $100 a month or a few $100 a month. And then other people have abused the system and they get angry. Ooh, they get very, very angry when all of a sudden they start getting some backlash and they might go, well, wait a minute, there's something wrong with this video. Yeah, but did certain people participate in putting out fake news? Now, does that mean that there aren't innocent people? Yes, there are innocent people that are affected by what's happening on YouTube. I've been affected. I've seen a major reduction in the ad revenue. And right now, I'm hoping that's going to continue up on the other side of things as we go into the holidays, which is the better part of the year for the ad rates, if you will. Between this period and New Year's. This is the period in which YouTubers need to be the most active, between the October period and the period of the holidays. And I'm not really one for doing reviews, but the second form of income for YouTubers, for those that didn't know, it's affiliate marketing. It's people going down below to the description and shopping on an Amazon site. And I am in the state of Colorado. There are some states in which people can't do that, Amazon affiliate. So I'll look that up and I'll consider that, because it would make sense on this channel, because I don't believe in just doing just conspiratoriology content. I don't think that's very positive. I realize I live off the grid and I'm actually already thinking about products more, like literally to survive, like a month, several months, if I didn't have a ride to town. This was already in the dialogue, as some of you knew in a recent video. And I'm also thinking about cheaper bulk buys of food. And Amazon does have some decent deals. So there's certain things that I can talk about. There's certain things I may order. There's certain things going on that may be added content other than, for example, talking about or alleging that the war of all wars is going to start tomorrow. And seeing there are people that have been doing this nonstop, and they're doing a disservice to the whole concept of warning people. Last thing that I want to do is numb people out to the idea of being alert. So when I put out a warning, I say, folks, I think this is something that we should be aware of. I don't want people to jump to conclusions, but for those of you that are new to my content, maybe new to like learning things in general about what's going on, there's going to be some of you that are just new to waking up to certain things. There's going to be periods in which we go through these shock tests in which they're freaking us out. regardless of your spiritual views, but I'm going to share mine, where we're bombarded with all this negativity. And it seems that all these people are going all these different directions. And here we have this event in Las Vegas. And we have other events taking place. So we have concerns about North Korea and what's Donald Trump going to do. And look over here, Puerto Rico, their power is out. Yeah, we have a lot of disasters and events taking place. We can have a calm discussion about that. Let's do that. But I like to look at the bigger picture. And when I look at the way other people are responding to some of these events, I think that we need to look at these events, what's going on, but the way that people are responding to them, whoa. I'm careful now what channels I listen to. And you can hear me discussing this as far back as, of course, before the election. I mean, this divide within the truth movement, or kind of the rise in disinformation and fake news, it's been going on for a while. Now, for those that didn't know, the Senate intelligence community, they're doing an investigation into not only Facebook, but Google and YouTube as well, because priority has been given to certain accounts that have been pushing certain extremist content. Okay, you may not have known that. I made the allegation based on my perspective, intuition, gut instinct, but the tech giants, we're not trying to stop this disinformation, because they're putting out disinformation of their own, saying that they're going to try to keep out 9/11 truth stuff and fake news, when in reality, they're promoting accounts and channels promoting the worst of the worst. And I kept saying this on this channel, and I kept bringing this up and referencing this, and I kept saying to you, for those of you, you may remember even last winter, where I talked about the fake news issue, and I said, nobody's covering this. They're acting like it's not even an issue. But I'm telling you, Facebook helped that fake news reach millions of people around the world, a massive psyops, and it's actually coming out now. So the mainstream media cannot be entirely trusted, but nor can any human. No one in the alternative media can be entirely trusted. But it was in the past in which the alternative media, independent media, was viewed as mostly truthful. Now, for the most part, even from independent media folks, it's viewed as highly distasteful, with highly questionable characters, and a lot of people that flip 180 that we can't trust as our brothers and sisters. Hell, there are people that have contacted me. Hey, Alex, I like your videos. You want to collaborate? And I'll watch some of their videos, and I'm like, they're pushing some of the same disinformation and fear of this group and fear of that group, and acting like a victim here and acting like a victim there. And it's like, I'm not even going full bore on the racism of the alt-right, because it's like, there is already a segment of our society aware of it now. And I'm not even going to be in fear mode, defensive mode, because of the really frightening things that I'm seeing in human. Look, some of the people out here pushing racism on YouTube come across straight up as demonically possessed. Okay, how do you deal with something like that? How do you wake people up? You literally you pray to God. I don't get on my knees, but I walk around and I look up at the sky, and I'm like, oh God, protect me from what's going to happen to these people in the future, because it's not looking good. These people have been dramatically radicalized by the internet. At the same time, the internet's my livelihood. $100 a month here or there, just surviving month to month. This could end at any time. What work could begin? YouTube could blow it. YouTube could just go boom. I made a video predicting that 4 years ago. I didn't say it would happen in a certain year. I said one day it would just be gone. But you know what? I would like that to not be a reality. There are other people on YouTube that don't get way deep in some of these futurism theories, in which I do. And they have a different view of the world that is not so terrifying, even if they've seen loss in their own revenue. So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is balance. I'm promoting a sense of balance in looking at the situation where digital media is going to go from here on out. And I don't think that we are going to see World War III in the next year or two. It's a long-term plan, but I don't, pulling back from Portland, believe in warning people about that daily. In the time that we have now, if any of this is accurate, okay, we're at 2017. We have some years ahead. I've said for some time that we are blessed with time. So that's how I'm looking at this. In this period in which we're in, this season in which we're in, the type of videos to evolve into making, evolving the topics about human psychology today, healing ourselves from certain mind control and programming, right? And this is something that I thought about for over 10 years. It was almost like a joke, like almost like a joke commercial. I called Dr. Answering. If you're programmed by the New World Order and you need to be deprogrammed from your worship of the state, call me now. That's a joke, but I mean, there's some truth in though dialogue to deprogramming, and that means for each of you, and that means myself, my own deprogramming each year, right? Peeling back layers of the onion and then sharing elements of my growth with you, the audience. You can go back and you can see where I was 2 years ago, living in ARV and not knowing where I was going to end up, how long the travels on the road would go on, the uncertainty before I found a place that was right for me to rest and settle for the moment. What does the future hold? We're not there yet. But I do know that we have to seize the day by the horns, if you will. And that's pretty much the theme of this video.